We've all heard the cliche phrase that you need to work on your business and not in your business. But that's easier said than done, especially when you're a small business owner and everything falls on your shoulders. Now, the obvious answer is to employ people and grow your team around you, but that's not always possible due to perhaps profit or cash flow or even your experience in management. And when you do decide to take the plunge and take on an employee, you need to have clearly defined roles and responsibilities for both you and them. So we're going to delve into this a little bit deeper today and work through a really simple 3-step framework that you can apply in your business, that you can use to free up some of your time so that you can start working on your business and growing your business. So if you could just hit that subscribe button down on the bottom right hand side and then we can get going. So any business can be broken down into 4 areas. You've got the strategic management of the business, you've got the sales and marketing, you have the operations, and finally the support services. Now, running a small business means that when it's only you working in the business, you have to do all 4 of these jobs. And as with anybody that had 4 jobs, you simply wouldn't be able to give anything your true focus, and that impacts how effective you are at all of them. And also, each 4 areas of the business require a different skill set and different experience. So chances are you're not going to be good at doing all of them. So what we want to do is get you focused on doing just one job, and that is the job of being a strategic CEO in your business, where you are working daily on your business, not in your business. Now, there are obvious benefits to being a true CEO in your business. And the first is that if this is your only job to focus on your business day in, day out, then you are focused 100% on growing your business. So all of your effort is going into one thing, and therefore the results should be great. And for some people, their goal from their business is to build a business that could be sold. And ultimately, if you want to sell your business, it needs to get to a point where it doesn't require you in it. And therefore, you need to be performing the role of a CEO. But likewise, for some people, their ambition is to get their business to a point where they can take a step back. And again, to do that, your business cannot require you to work in it on a day-to-day basis. So therefore, again, you need to be performing the job of the strategic CEO. So I'm going to show you 3 simple steps that you can implement in your business that will help you gradually move to working full-time as a strategic CEO in your business and relinquishing the day-to-day work. Now, the first thing that we want to try and free you up from is the support services. And by support services, we mean everything that is not involved in the selling or delivery of your product and service to your customers. So that should be everything from HR to IT to bookkeeping to cleaning to admin, anything that you can think of. And the reason why we want to start here is because these are really easy services to outsource. Now, the beauty with outsourcing is that you can start with outsourcing something for just a few hours a month and keep the cost really low and build this up as your business can afford more and more. So pick the thing that's the biggest headache to you at the moment and outsource it, and then pick the second biggest headache and outsource that. So you can set yourself these mini targets, which means that you can keep increasing the hours that you can work on the other areas of the business as you can afford it. And the reason that we focus on support services first is because these are not business critical areas, which means that if these areas go wrong for a short period of time, it should not impact your customers or your ability to deliver a quality product or service to them. And therefore, the risk with outsourcing this area of your business is fairly low. So that's something that you can start immediately. You can go ahead and start buying back some of your time and outsourcing as much support services as you can think of. So once you've got to the point that you've outsourced all of the support services in your business, you are left with only 3 jobs to do. You now have the job of the strategic CEO, the sales and marketing manager, and also the operations manager. But even with outsourcing, there will come a point where you still feel like there's not enough hours in the day. And when you reach that point, the next area that you want to focus on is operations. And by operations, I mean everything from the point that the customer has decided to buy from you, right up to delivering the product or service to the customer. So if you're a product business, then that's everything from buying or making the product right up to packaging and shipping it. And if you're a service-based business, then it's the delivery of the actual service to the customer. So if you're a personal trainer, for example, it's the actual delivery of the personal training session that would fall under operations. And the key to successful operations is all about systems and processes. And that means that there's a step-by-step guide that anybody should be able to follow. And therefore, operations lends itself to taking on employees in your business, but potentially part-time employees. And this is why I recommend that this is the area of your business that you take on employees first, because you have the option to take on part-time employees. Now, it's really common for business owners at this point to say to me that they couldn't possibly think about outsourcing this because your customers always ask for you, they only want to deal with you. And the reality is that if this is true, then you have a business that you cannot scale. But what is probably the reality is that this is your ability to relinquish control. And therefore, if you don't find a way of overcoming that, you will not be able to grow your business. Now, as I said, the key with operations is all about systems and processes. So whatever is the magic ingredient that you've got that makes you successful, you need to be able to systemize that so that somebody can follow a step-by-step guide, a little bit like a recipe. So if you're the world's best cake baker, you need to capture all those tiny little details that go into each recipe that you make that somebody else can replicate. Likewise, as an accountant, if I was to take on another accountant to deal with my operational side of the business, such as doing the actual accounts, I would need to capture whatever it was that magic ingredient is that makes me really good at doing accounts. I need to be able to systemize it, and I need to be able to put it into a process that I can effectively delegate it to an employee in my business. So now we have outsourced all of the support services in our business, and we've also started to build our team in the operational side of the business. It means that you've only got 2 jobs to focus on. You're now focused on sales and marketing and being a strategic CEO. And I have worked with lots of businesses that are not growing because they get stuck in the sales and marketing phase of their business, and they work on that 100% of the time. Now, successful, long-term, sustainable businesses that are valuable, deliver consistent profit, and could be sold or stepped back from are not run by the sales number. They are run by a strategic CEO who oversees everything in the business. So whilst it's important at the start of your business to focus on sales and marketing, you will get to a point where you do need to take a step back from sales and marketing and shift into that strategic CEO role full time. So to enable you to do that, when you're ready to take on employees in your sales team, you need to be focusing on quality employees and not trying to scrimp and save here. I would also recommend not taking on part-time employees in your sales team, although this isn't a hard and fast rule, and if you've got telesales, for example, or social media management, then this is somewhere where part-time employees could work really well. But generally, you want to focus on full-time quality employees in your sales team. And a couple of tips when taking on salespeople is that your expectation should be that a salesperson should be self-funding, i.e. the sales that they're bringing into your business covers their salary within about 3 months. And you want to be making sure that the package that you offer them, so the salary structure, means that a large proportion of their pay is based on sales results and not basic salary. So what you can see with this really simple framework is that you're able to start right at the bottom with outsourcing on a small cost base, and build up your confidence with managing other people and your confidence with having other people involved in the business. So you can start with outsourcing right away with just a few simple things and build this up as your confidence and cash grows. Then you will be ready to take on your first employee in operations, potentially a part-time employee, or if things are going really well, a full-time employee. And eventually you want to also start building your sales team too. And this 3-step approach frees you up to work exclusively as a full-time CEO in your business. And that means that you're focused 100% of your time on growing your business. So what is really important for you to start working on now is preparing yourself for the job that you're going to have in a few years' time of being a full-time CEO, because that is a different skill set to working in your business. And that means that you need to start building your skills in business planning, in leadership, and more importantly, financial management. So please, if you take away just one thing from this video, go and outsource one of the support services in your business to free up just a few hours a month so that you can build your strategic CEO skills in business planning, leadership, and financial management. And to build your financial management skills, you can subscribe to my channel for lots more hints and tips from me, a chartered accountant and entrepreneur.